All right, here we are on a very warm, very muggy Andes, Texas, handling a large collection. Within that collection are a few projects or cars that are really considered a driver. They were purchased to build a street rod out of them because of their rarity. And he's decided he's not going to keep some of these cars and he's just going to move on. This particular car is a really rare you just don't see any of these is the point. 1937 Ford Roadster. So it's not a cabriolet. Roadsters are very desirable. This would make a great street rod. It really needs to have the body lift off and do a total restoration. However, it's a running and driving car that an older amateur restoration. It was somebody's baby at one time. It was out of Vermont. Make sure you hang on to the undercarriage portion of the video. We're going to cover the floor pans on the car, that kind of thing, and the chassis and the frame. But it is a running and driving car. I drove it to where it is now from the ranch right over here. Started up in the barn there, but the batteries seem kind of low and I don't want to get stuck out in the middle of the field here with it. So I'm going to leave it running for you. You can hear it's a run and driving project. 1937 Ford Roadster. It's all steel with the exception of the left rear fender. The body itself actually looks pretty solid on the exterior here. Again, it's finished in like a navy gray or that kind of color. This fender is fiberglass reproduction. I don't know what's underneath this paint. I'm sure you'll find some metal work's been done or that kind of thing, or who knows. I can tell you that it appears to be straight. It doesn't drive too bad. Rear spare mount tire on the back. Back of the well here. I typically don't, as part of a collection, this particular collection, cars like this are really, I'm going to call it a project, because there's just too many unknown variables where you can't really see under the skin. I would tell you that it's probably got some fill here and there. Door jamb to door jamb. We're trying to cover it. I'm trying to cover this in the video as much as I can for you. But if you're looking for a good little roadster that you can drive and bring to the next level, or that kind of thing, the car definitely runs and drives. The top function here, the top itself is missing, or something wrong with one of the bows on it, that kind of thing. That's why I don't have it off, but it's all here. The bows are apart. Again, run, drive, and rumble seat Roadster. Windshield stanchions all look good. That mascot's not original. I know it's not. It's just typically a rod or an ornament. It's got bias ply tires on it. The grill doesn't look too bad. You see the Vermont license plate in the front here, 1938. There's a Vermont safety sticker from 2012 in the windshield. But really a high-end street rod shop here. This car was destined to be a street rod and to make a great street rod for somebody, or an affordable level 37 Roadster, which is fairly rare. Anyway, we're trying to give you as much full disclosure as we can. Like I said, part of a collection. They all come together, and so we're listing every one that we have that he's brought to us, or that I came down here, flew down to Texas. Seat, rumble seat matches the interior. You see it's missing a mirror stanchion there. Again, the top itself looks to be all there, but it's missing a few, the top needs to be worked on, the structure of it. Go to spudsgarage.com. Definitely hang on to the end of the video. We had this girl up on the lift yesterday. We covered a lot. We covered the engine compartment. It's a good running flathead V8. 3-speed gearbox on the floor like stock. Banjo steering wheel. And again, doesn't run too bad. We'll take you for a drive back and we'll go from there. Go to spudsgarage.com where you'll find plenty more. Alright, I'm back in the car here and it's still running. Temperature seems to be holding up pretty good on it. Oil pressure's good. We're going to bounce through the hay field here and take you back to the ranch. Show you this baby runs and drives. Never thought I'd be driving through a hay field with a 37 Ford. Old Texas Clay Road. Gonna switch camera hands here. Second gear. Brakes don't feel too bad. Third gear. There you go. Hey, go to Spud's Garage. Make sure you watch the end of the video and give us a call with any questions. Alright, as we've told you, this is a running project. This is our portion of the video of it running. This old Flathead V8 underneath the hood here actually runs pretty good. Somebody's running and driving this at one time. It was his baby. Good running Flathead. Anyway, there you have it. Hang on to the end of the video. We cover a lot on the undercarriage. It's important you look at that. Thank you. Alright, we're going to take a look at the undercarriage here on the 37 Ford Roadster. Pretty much like we talked about, this is a car that's kind of a driver. You could still drive it the way it is. It's functional as far as that goes, but it's weak on the undercarriage. It's got a lot of years of enjoyment and use out of it, let's put it that way. But Roadsters are getting pretty hard to find, so at least later ones. Take a look here in the back. All factory suspension, closed tube, that kind of thing. This is an original steel rear fender here, or a steel fender, and it's got to be an original one or a Henry one. It's got some interesting mount points up in the back here. Use some carriage hardware, but overall, I mean, you could literally lift the body off of this car and do a full-blown restoration. Floor pans, put a new chassis under it, make yourself a nice hot rod. The rear fender, which is the only fiberglass component that I've located on the car, this left rear fender is fiberglass, the right rear is steel. The floor pans have mastic, or what they would do back in the day is a roof tar that they'll put on the bottom of the floor pans as it starts to get perforation or rust or whatever you want to call it. And you see there's some pretty heavy amounts here. You know, you can see where the floor pans through. I get it here. I get it. Right there, you can see it's through. But the floor pans on this are actually very poor. They're not leaking or anything as far as throwing water up under the carpet or anything like that. But they've been filled up quite a bit here. The frame, the running boards are original style running boards, and you can get reproductions, and they're showing their weak points also. The frame has actually been reinforced. With a Cabriolet or Roadster, it's not unusual to have one of these frames reinforced, but I don't think this way. It's got a piece of angle iron that's reinforced in the frame on the lower side, and we'll cover the outside here. You'll see where it's V-notched here. You know, I don't think it was a structure problem before, but I think they were concerned that it could become one. So you'll see here, pardon me bouncing around here, you'll see where they've attached this piece of angle iron to the outside of the frame rails and then worked it around the running boards, that kind of thing. Car looks really good from the outside, and as you know, we pick them apart pretty good. These are part of a collection, so there are a few cars that have a few, but you know, we're straightforward in how we disclose everything. Somebody get themselves a pretty nice affordable 37 Roadster and turn it into their dream without a problem. Steel fender on the front. Steel fender front here. Again, some interesting choices of hardware there. So, you know, it's enjoyed over the years and just kept going, just like the Energizer Bunny. This old girl just kept going, and it's time to give her just a little bit of more love. To the bottom side here without tripping over a forklift. So we're thinking by now you get the idea. Same thing on the right hand frame rail that we exposed over there. It's been reinforced with an additional piece. Give you a look there. You'll see where it's attached up here. And cutouts for the running board mounts, so you can still access the running board mounts. And you'll see the mastic or tar placed in strategic places. Been a long day, folks. Anyway, hey, go to spudsgarage.com where we're going to have plenty more. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you listening to me. Hey, 37 Roadster, it is what it is. Have a good day.